Okay, welcome back to the channel. Today we're doing something a little different. I was watching my old videos from when I first started my channel a few years ago, and a lot of my audience really liked the unboxing videos. So I figured I would bring back an unboxing video for you guys. So this is a mail-in repair order. So let's go ahead and open it. I've removed the personal information and retaped it. Now this is a very hefty box. So this customer states that they installed several aftermarket components and now they're having issues getting it to work consistently. So they have packaged, this is the best packaging I've ever seen any customer do. Sometimes we get beat up Amazon boxes with no packaging in them. So this person really went the extra mile, and I really appreciate that. So we're going to take good care of them just for doing that for us. Alright. Let's see what's in here. 2 bins. So we have a lot going on. I like this. They've got the extended bolt release. So let's go ahead and open this up. This is insane. They took every part out. As you can see there, extended bolt release. Wow. Wow. This is amazing. It's alright. No way. Dude. Every single part is in its own container. Alright. I can't be mad at that. Stock parts. Okay, so it looks like the gun is 100% disassembled. Yeah. Let's go ahead and see what's in the bottom. No way. So this is the up. No, because the trigger's in there. There we go. There we go. Wow. Let's take a look at this. So they have it's like the cow bolt release. They got the version 2 trigger bar in there with our trigger spring and our springs. This looks good. Gold pins. Okay. And ooh. Ooh. Okay, I can tell it's a little gunked up there. They've got the orange tip on. Alright, so immediately right off the bat, mechanically it seems like everything's working. However, I can feel the bolt getting stuck. Yeah. So something has to change there. I'm thinking it's the hop-up rubber combination with the nozzle. That is tight. And then these cow nozzles typically have a lower FPS. But okay, so this is it. What an incredible experience. I love unboxing things. And that was amazing. Oh, there's more. What's in here? Okay, the magazine. That's good. And the compensator. So let's go ahead and just see. Okay, there's BBs in there. Let's see what is going on with this build. Put that up here. Okay, I gotta take these BBs out. The only thing I would say is make sure when you're shipping them that there's no gas in the gun. But it feels like there is. So let's get a baseline. Okay, locks back. Nothing in the chamber. Nothing. Alright, let's put some gas in there. Got a stock one here. You can see some of the dust on it still. Let's put in the magazine. Alright, so the magazine's good. Now let's see if the upper or lower is the problem. So what we're doing now is we're trying to isolate the issue. So I can already see right now it's not seated properly. There's too much of a gap. And that usually is caused by these upper locks here. And that is why typically I do not stock these anymore. Yep. So that misalignment can basically cause the gun to shoot the gas out. Yep. Alright, and let's test the upper. Alright, so yeah, it looks like our issue is with the lower. We didn't test feeding, but right now we're just doing mechanicals because we can always, it's a lot easier to fix feeding once you have everything else working. Okay, and yeah, see, these upper locks here are extremely light. You can see they kind of go up instead of back like they're supposed to. And that is what causes the front to be pushed up. So now everything down here doesn't work. Okay, so we're going to replace the upper lock and try again. I believe I saw it in this here. Bolt, pop up. And there it is. Wow. Alright, that was amazing. Okay, let's go ahead and pop these out. Looks like they had trouble. Perfect. And now we can slide that out. Let's put that in there. Put this back. Okay. So you can see it's back. This doesn't go up. I mean, it does, but just not as much. And you can also see there's less cuts in it. So let's pop this back on to the stock one. Okay, and look, you can see the gap is closed. Okay, the next issue is the trigger, but that should be an easy fix. So let's Alright, so another issue, the set screw here is not allowing the trigger to be pulled back far enough. So with the version 2 trigger bar, the Jefe ones, and the version 1, you don't need this back screw. The shape of the trigger bar is enough. And it kind of acts like that set screw. So I wish there was a hole here, so now I have to take out everything. So let's do that. Now repairs are fun because you can see what people build themselves, and sometimes they look really cool like this, and sometimes they don't. So let's go ahead and get this trigger out. And while we're at it, we'll make sure everything's proper. Oh, you know what? Never mind. I'm going to do this one very methodically because I can tell this customer would appreciate that. And whenever we get builds in here, I make them work. And sometimes customers would like every part that they own to work, but the reality is not all the parts are made to work together in terms of aftermarket. So you have like 4 different brands here, and you have to make sure that their tolerances match up. Okay, maybe I shouldn't speak while I do that because there we go. Look at that. Those beautiful red Jefe springs. Looks like everything's installed properly. Maybe not the auto sear. these out. This looks like it's relatively healthy. Okay. I think it is installed properly. Okay, now let's get this out. Beautiful. And then let's take this bottom screw out. And this just goes back to the school of thought that just because you have it doesn't mean you need to use all of the parts. Let's go ahead and put this back together. Now, if this solves some of it, but not all of it, we'll put in some of the stock internals and work that way. One thing I always thought about, so you see my trigger bar here is a champagne color. And I never quite liked how some of the other companies use more of an orange, golden orange color instead of like a kind of a shinier orange, but it makes it look more orange than actually gold. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, their pins look good, but I think this is just too orange for me. Especially the bolt. Okay, let's put this back in. Not gonna do that. Let's put this in there. Okay, and like that. Oh yeah, that auto sear, I forgot. Okay, so now we can pull the trigger. We can reset this. Actually, I'm going to wait on that because if we have to take it apart again, it's just going to make it easier. So let's go back to this. Okay. Let's try this. Okay, there's still gas in the magazine. What is... Alright, well, we fixed the trigger issue. Maybe it's a spring in there. In the hammer set. the stock one in. Fumbling it today. Great. That sounded a lot better. See how it was a lot harder? The TTI set was a little soft. Where's the stock upper? Okay. Interesting. So I don't know why it didn't work the first time. Maybe it just remembered that it was allowed to shoot, but all right. Okay, perfect. So now we've narrowed it down to an issue in the hammer housing. Yeah, that sounds good. My guess. See how it moves a little slow? Let's take this out. Okay, that's proper. Let's just see. I feel like this one is moving quicker. Could be the sear spring, but this doesn't look worn or bent. So let's try it. Okay, stick this in. What is going on? Having a stroke today. Okay, there's no auto sear in there, but it should still shoot. And while we're doing this, we're going to use these black pins so we don't damage his golden pins. Okay, so it just seems like it should be okay. No, that didn't solve it. So the firing pin or hammer spring, let's test that out. I want to try a different one of those. The disconnector. I think that's what it's called. It should fit in there nicely. Okay. Ooh, okay. Did you see that? It got stuck. So I think... Okay, so it looks like maybe the firing pin is out of spec. Well, we're already this far. Let's try it. Okay. Let's give it a shot. I think it's the firing pin. Yeah. So you can hear the trigger disconnect and engage. So now it's engaged the hammer. But when I eject the magazine, then you can hear the firing pin finish. Let me try one more time. I won't speak during it. So, and it did get a little bit stuck. My guess, it's a firing pin. Okay, so I've taken out the stock firing pin. You can tell the difference between the two because the TTI one is polished. The stock one is just as is, injection molded. You can see the mark there. Okay, so you can see a little imperfection on the side of this one. So let's go ahead and put in the stock firing pin. Okay, and then let's put up and this one feels a bit smoother. All right, let's put it in. Okay, see everything reset there. Let's get no improvement. Interesting. So the last time that this happened, I switched magazines. Let's make sure it's not this magazine. I want to take the base plate off so we know it's the one that came with it. A new magazine. Put some gas in it. So there's no visible differences really. It looks pretty new. That's interesting. So it looks like the valve sticks out a bit too far. So they're both kind of flat. See that? I did see this before, so maybe this is out too high. So let's try it. Yeah. Oh. Okay. So let's go ahead and put the rest of this stuff in there. Back in there, I should say. And let's work on the magazine. That's weird. I haven't really seen this, but lately I've seen it the most I've ever seen it. This is the second time. Okay. So, pop that out. We need a pin. We need take the silver, gold one out. Just a little bit more. Okay. And let's get the TTI one. So the reason I don't think it's a TTI set is because the TTI products are historically phenomenal. They have a lot of good QC. So yeah, the last time this happened, I gave him a new magazine. Not to this guy, but that customer. And that fixed the issue. But I noticed on that magazine, it stuck out a little bit more. Like this one did. So I need to find the right tool. Come on. I swear, this one's either the easiest or the hardest. Yeah, it's incorrectly. Spring is strong, man. There we go. Oh, that is actually smoother too. Just need a good cleaning. So that's back in there. Fire pin lock spring. Firing pin lock. Upper lock. Pin. Okay, moment of truth here. So we have the old magazine, new magazine, old magazine. There is gas in it. So I need to find the right screwdriver so I can tighten this down. It's sticking out just a little bit too much. So I'll be right back. Just looked through my entire shop and I don't have the valve removal key. So this is a new magazine where the valve is flush. This is the magazine that we just saw where the valve is sticking out. Now this is the magazine, a third one. Notice how I changed the base plate so we can keep track. From the one that I was talking about earlier where I had this problem. You can see the valve sticks out. So let's see. This one also has a mark at the top there so we can keep track better. Yeah, same problem. Okay. This one's not as bad because it doesn't stick out as far as this one. I'm sorry. As this one. Yep. Okay, so the one without the base plate is the one that came with it. The one without the mark is the new one. And then the one here with the mark is the problem one. Oh, it seems to be less of a problem. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, so when that tool comes, we'll finish the video, but I think that was really it. Let's see the other things he said. Trigger sticks. Bolt does not seat properly after firing. Alright, so let's switch to his upper. And we have the problem. Oh. LOL. Okay. Now I'm going to go ahead and take this one. So this is the new magazine. Out of gas. And you can see there's still a little bit of a gap. I'm going to screw those in. But that really should be the only issues. He says feeding, but that feeding should be fixed with the replace of this so it sits properly. Alright, those are in. A little bit less of a wobble, but that's just how AAPs are. This is very front heavy. Okay, we need gas. Alright, So now the next thing to do, I'll throw some BBs in here and shoot it. It should be feeding properly. Okay, I just ran 2 magazines through it, fed perfectly fine. So it looks like we have solved this one. Once the valve tool comes, I will change that out, but it looks like everything's good to go. So let me get this packed up to at least get these things back together. Okay, that's back together. Now let's do some of this organization. He had it like this. So you can see this guy's got all these parts. He has up here some additional springs. He's got an extra trigger here. He literally has all the parts. If every repair order can come like this, it would be a lot faster. This hour-long video would be like a 3-hour-long video if it was all just thrown into a box. So, all right, I really appreciate that. I'm going to consider this one fixed. So once that new tool comes, swap out the valve here and send her home. If you have a build that you want repaired or you want one that's custom to you, go ahead and check out the links below. And if you guys liked the unboxing experience, again, kind of a throwback to how we first started the channel, let me know and we can start doing that.